Hello, my beautiful people. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having an amazing, wonderful day. Today, I'm going to talk about my number one habit, journaling. And the topic is how journaling allows you to get lost so you can be found. And to give yourself permission to just, allow yourself to spend some time journaling. And the question is, have you tried journaling it out? I promise you, this number one habit of mine has truly it has been what has saved me. Like, even more than meditation, it has truly been journaling. Especially, like, from personal experience, I think I have just journaled it out, my way through the last 7-8 years. And I'm going to give examples, like, for instance, like how you can start journaling. Because in the beginning, it was so overwhelming for me to just begin to ask myself, but what do I journal? All I see is this blank page. There's so many things going on in my mind. What can I really put on this paper? So if I were to go back when I started journaling years ago, well, actually, since I was little, I loved like having a diary and journaling. But when I really took journaling serious, I remember that in the beginning, I was very hesitant to start because I didn't know where to start, what to do, what to write. So now, with all this experience of all these years, I can tell you right now that it doesn't matter what you do, but it's how you do it. So for instance, you can learn to accept and love yourself through the act of journaling. So to me, the more that I journaled, I realized, how perfectionism got the best of me. So if I were to start all over again journaling, I would allow myself to truly, even if on that page it's just a line, or one word, that's enough. Allow yourself to get comfortable with the act of journaling. And I guess I can share, like, for instance, now, there's simply no rules in my journaling, especially when the times where my head is just going all over the place. I just open up my journal and I start doing that brain dump, writing down all my thoughts, writing down all my situations, writing down all my feelings. And this also helps with self-awareness because it allows you to get to know yourself, what triggers you, like in this situation, I tend to get like this. In this situation, I actually tend to get like this. And then it allows you to ask yourself questions, such as, well, I'm seeing, now I have this whole data on me. And guess what? When you have all this information on how you are, your personality, you gain more personal power because now you feel like, you have it under control. You're like, okay, well, I know that I have things that I could work on versus I don't even know what I have going on with my life or why I am the way that I am or what's my trigger and what's not my trigger. So it allows you to get to know yourself. Another thing that I would say a good idea to journal is thank you letters. So not even a letter, but just, writing down 5 things that you're grateful for. Thank you for this beautiful pen that I have right now that I'm writing. Thank you because I can see. Thank you because I am alive. Thank you because I am breathing. Thank you for this tea. Thank you for my hands. Thank you for my ability to write. Thank you for my ability to hear. All these thankful notes and ideas, literally, like, you're coping your mind with abundance versus scarcity versus, hey, I don't have these things. You're shifting your mindset towards all the things that you do have, because in reality, our life is abundance. We are abundant. Something else that I also can recommend for journaling would be drawing. So I'm not telling you be an artist, but something as simple as drawing, lines, circles, triangles, flowers, clouds, trees, just absolutely anything, even stick figures, but just whatever comes to your mind. Or it can even be patterns, like those little mantras that they have, like in the coloring books. whatever your mind, because it allows you to flow, you know, it allows you to be harmonic. Just whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is that you're thinking. I think that also the other thing that journaling truly helped me out with is being able to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. What do I mean? Whenever I started journaling more and more, I actually began to notice that there were some things that I would think that I was just hesitant on not to write it because I was embarrassed of a certain thought. But I'm telling you, that is good, because that means that you're realizing that you're having trouble confronting your truth. But the more, you know, as years passed by, I allowed myself to write down even those embarrassing thoughts, even the thoughts that I thought that were so disappointed or that were making me seem like a bad person. I wrote them all down, because it's also a way, journaling is also another way of like letting go. So you're letting go of all of these thoughts and feelings that you have, you know, going on through you, that literally in this piece of paper, you're releasing all that energy. And not only are you releasing that energy, but you're also gaining more space, more power, more breathing room, more freedom. Something else that I could recommend journaling for, it would be especially like whenever you're in a super complicated situation, and like, for example, decision making, you know, whenever you see all your conflictive thoughts on paper, it allows you to just have that space in between what's going on and between you, the one that's aware of what's going on. And then you see all your thoughts, you know, and you realize that your circumstance is only a thought, and that you do have the power to shift that perspective and say, you know what, maybe this way of thinking, you know, maybe all these 20 different conflictive thoughts that I have is not helping me grow, is actually just taking me farther to like my deep end of anxiety or my deep end of depression or whatever the situation might be that is making you feel. And you're able to say, hey, you know what, if I had all these 20 thoughts about the certain situation or whatever situations that you might be going through, it allows you to take a step back and also, you know, realize that, hey, I also have the ability to think differently. And to also ask yourself, is me thinking differently going to help me out in this situation? You know, and journaling is also something else that I use journaling for, is to ask myself questions without an answer. What do I mean? Especially on those days where my mind is fixated on everything that is wrong in my life, you know, when it's really just, oh my God, you have this problem, when all my mind is just thinking problems everywhere, I open up a piece of paper, I'm telling you, in my journal, and I begin to write, how is this moment in front of me helping me grow? What is it that I am currently not seeing? What would the greatest expression of myself be doing? What would love do? What would kindness do? What would the future me want me to do at this moment? What would the future me thank me for at this moment? What thought can actually help me in this moment? You know, what action can I take towards the future version of myself? You know, and another question is, you know, do I want a good day or do I want a good life? And this question especially helps me when I begin to see that my mind is wanting me to go towards that short-term gratification versus, you know, long-term gratification, and focusing on that long-term vision. Something else that I use journaling for is my vocabulary. So words are energy. I open up a piece of paper in my journal and I just start writing all of these words, and I'm telling you, the shift of energy is just magnificent. So things such as authenticity, courageous, love, kindness, patience, calm, peace, serenity, tranquility, you know, wonderful, magnificent. All of these words just shift your mindset from all of that scarcity or problems that we might be having. And I'm telling you, I can write pages of just words, you know, words that empower me, you know, empowerment, you know. all of these words just, they bring me a shift of flowing energy that just allows me to for 1 second just shift my focus of energy, you know. Something else that I use journaling for is, for example, when I'm going throughout the day and it's such a busy day and there's so many things going on, I start writing things down, especially those things that I see a shift of emotions, you know. This is also part of like a therapy practice, but again, journaling can be used for absolutely anything and everything. And I am at a point in my life right now where I no longer have a set order of what I do with my journaling. You know, before I realized years ago that I would be so controlling in my how neat I would write, you know. Oh, like I cannot do this, therefore I cannot feel this way, or you know, I cannot think this way, so I cannot write it down in my journal. Now I'm telling you that I have seen the most benefit, you know, in the long run has been when I just let myself go. You know, I just allow myself to on purpose get lost on those papers, on that journal, and literally allow myself to feel in that moment what it is like to feel lost and just start writing. You know, sometimes I can even do it all at once. Sometimes I write, I also do like questions, and I also do drawings all at once. But it allows me to get to know myself even more. It allows me to feel more connected, you know. It allows me to be found. Literally, it's like, hey, release all your energy, let go of that control. Really let go of that control and start accepting yourself, you know. Let it go and just accept whatever it is at this moment. So anyways, guys, I literally just, this is the greatest invitation, you know, sharing my number one habit, journaling. Like, aside from, you know, meditation, going to my seminars, reading my books that I absolutely adore and love, you know, I love reading, but journaling is definitely my number one habit. No matter what day it is, no matter how I'm feeling, journaling is always going to be there. So yeah, I just invite you to try it out. You know, have you tried journaling it out? Because I'm telling you, it works. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I know that you can do this. I believe in you. I'll see you next time. Bye.